our focus is going to be on the pros and cons of borrowing. Just a simple tip for making the choice of borrowing. So as I'm going to speak on personal finance now. If you want to fund large projects, basically like build a house, buy a car, build a boat, you need a large sum of money, and most of us will not be able to save up to $100,000 because we have pressing needs and things like that. We basically have to borrow. So you step into the bank, you make your application, and then you hope for the bank to approve the application. The advantage of this is it allows you to get a large sum of money, allows you to make that large purchase. Most purchases involve a large deposit. So that is the pro of this. The con of this side of the discussion is the main disadvantage is some of these loans or some of these forms of borrowing come with a very high interest rate. So you'll be dishing out a lot of money monthly for a span of 2-3 years, depending on how much you've borrowed. Now let's shift into the business side of things. If you want to borrow money for a large project as a business owner, as a single business owner, or as a partnership, basically you approach the bank or a financer, ask them for the sum of money. If you get approval for this, you'll be able to take on your project. The good part of this is, the advantage of this is, if you get this approval, get this money and take on the project, your business can expand, start making more money, you can pay this loan back very easily. The con of this, or the disadvantage of this, is if you carry on this project or carry out this project and it doesn't succeed and you start to lose money, what happens is the banks step in and take over your business, or your business gets closed down and you basically file for bankruptcy. So while borrowing can be very helpful, borrowing can allow you to basically achieve things you wouldn't do by yourself or as a company. It also has a downside where you have to also weigh the risks as well. There are other aspects of this which we'll get into in other tips, but this tip for today for borrowing, the pro tip for personal finance borrowing, helps you to take on large projects, helps you to raise a large sum of money, helps you to solve a large problem. Con for personal finance for borrowing, it usually comes with a high rate of interest or a high interest rate. For personal, that's about it. For business, the issue with borrowing is you may stand the risk of losing your business entirely. And the advantage of borrowing is if you borrow without signing some kind of partnership, or without letting go some aspects of the business or selling some shares, you still own the business. You basically just get money and you use the money the way you want to use the money. You don't have any kind of problem as well. But if you borrow and then you can't meet up with your project, the issue you basically most likely face is your business will be taken over and then you lose the business entirely. So we must weigh the pros and cons of borrowing before we get into it. It's best not to borrow if you can avoid it. If you can save up to the amount of money you need for the project, it's best for you. This may take a long time. Most people don't have discipline. Everybody finds it difficult to save. Even if you have a large income, most people find it difficult to save. So borrowing may be the sure way to go. All these tips are kind of simple tips. It's just good to bring them up and help people remember, help them focus on what's right, and basically help them bring the best part of themselves. Thanks for watching. See you next time. See you on the next one. My name is T King. Don't know this on a vacation. You see more of me now.